Let me show you guys something. I have paid off 2 credit cards and have another almost paid off too. It is under $500. I have paid off all credit cards. The only bill left is my car, and now I am making principal payments. Instead of 3 years to go, hopefully I will cut the months in half. I am working on paying off the very last $5,000 that I owe. This year, I have debt snowballed to clear 2 credit cards and half of my HELOC. Now I'm paying off the remainder, and then I will be completely debt free. Do you want to do this too? Of course you do, but this is how you really feel. It's hard when you are a newbie like me to stay focused on what needs to be done in the day to day. For those of us just starting, it can seem intimidating on what to do first and then what to start incorporating when. I know that there's a list of what to do first, like making a budget and then working on your $1,000 emergency fund, but the steps themselves may be intimidating to figure out. That is an email I received from one of you, and you know what, sis? I hear you. I have linked below in the show notes this free budgeting pack for you to download and print out. And I'm going to be going over every bit of this to get you pointed in the right direction. And I don't mean the motions on how to fill out a budget sheet. I mean what to start incorporating and when. And this is probably going to end up being a whole new playlist because honestly, I have no idea how many videos this is going to end up being, but we are going to do it and we are going to do it together, however many videos it takes. Why? Because Jen lit a fire under my butt to get everything that I did and how I did it organized and in order, easy to follow for her, for you, and everyone that comes after you, because I can. So we're going to go over how to do your budget, this page, right to everyone's favorite part, the budget sheet.
No.
Yes. And when I first looked at this page, I thought to myself, ew, I don't want to do that. That looks boring as hell. And not only that, it looks very tedious and just like another job that I do not want to add to my life. No, thank you. But guess what? You are off the hook for now because we're not filling that out today.
Wait, what? What?
Nope. Because I'm going to help you get through this in the least intimidating way that I possibly can. And trust me here, I have been told a time or two that I am really good at explaining things. So the paying off debt and building up an emergency fund, that is great, of course. But when I first started, I was honestly in such a whirlwind of payments just coming out of my checking account. Jason's over here swiping his debit card, and I'm over here swiping my debit card, and neither one of us have any clue about what's really going on in our checking account. So having an emergency fund and paying off that debt, that just felt like a really, really far off, out in the distance, way out there in the Mojave Desert idea to us. And you know why? Because right now, at this moment, for you, someone who also has credit card payments and loans and afterpays and student loans and car payments, just like we did, it is a far off idea, right? So just forget that for now. We're going to focus on getting you out of what I call the fog. And my fog was thick, like $300,000 of consumer debt thick, like $2,400 a month in vehicle payments thick, like 30 revolving credit card payments thick. I couldn't see a damn thing, okay? And I think that we all feel that way when we're drowning in payments. We're working, we're waiting on our money to be deposited, paying the bills, and then just setting that on repeat. And that's it. Work, deposit, bills. Today is your day to pause. You want to hear about my pause day? My day to pause came when our accountant sent me our prepared tax return to sign back in 2021. And I got to see all neatly typed out in black and white that we had increased our income by moving across the country for a new job opportunity, but we had more debt than ever and not a dollar in our savings account. And I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. So you're telling me I left my home in Florida, I left all of our family and friends behind to go to a new area where obviously I knew no one, and I'm basically alone all day because Jason's at work 7 days a week. So I did all that for what? To be further in debt than we were before we left? Well, let me tell you guys, getting angry is quite the motivator. So let's think about your current situation. You got debt?
Yep.
Are you sick of it?
Yep.
Did some sort of epiphany happen for you, or were you like me and had real data shoved in your face? Do you want to get rid of it like me and some of my viewers are doing?
Oh, for sure.
Do you have a plan?
Not really.
I do. So let's lift that heavy fog from you so that you can breathe. Yes, you. And here's where a lot of us like to start thinking to ourselves, oh, these people that are able to pay off debt and have money in their savings, it's because they're smarter than me, they're further ahead than I am, they're more established than me, they make more money than I do. Stop. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. You and everyone else will constantly have to adjust your budget. Some months will be easier than others, but this is definitely not an autopilot thing. And I know we love our auto payments, our paperless billing and our paperless statements, auto deposits and our auto bill pay. But that's what got us into trouble to begin with. But I'm going to save that for a later video. But for now, a budget, your budget, my budget, her budget, they all take time, effort. It's work. And you know what else is work? Work. Commuting for your 60+ hour a week job. Maybe you even have 2 jobs. And your partner is also working 60+ hours a week. Maybe they even have a side hustle too. So you've got time away from each other, time away from home, time away from your kids. Everybody is just stopping at drive-thrus for coffees and takeout food in order to just keep working, running to do your crappy errands during that small window of time that you have when you do have time off from, working. Let's start working for yourself. And I added this little saying right here that says, everything is hard before it's easy. And I want you to remember that while we talk about what you're going to be doing. And I went ahead and put that to the side because, like I said, we are not doing this yet because to actually set up your first budget, we have steps. And step 1 is to find out your true spending.
Oh, God, no.
I know, I had to do this too. I actually will never forget the feeling I had when I added up everything that we were spending on food. I wanted to cry. Maybe I did. Okay, I did. But here's the thing, it doesn't even matter.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't matter what you were spending on any of these categories that you're about to add up because you're going to fix it. So no crying. So how do you find out what your true spending is? Okay, the first thing you need to do is get all of your bank statements for the past 3 months and any credit cards that you've been using for the past 3 months as well. Print those suckers out, and if you're anything like me, you might need to order some ink for your printer first. Seriously, I had 25-page bank statements and, like I said, about 30 different credit cards that we were using. So no, you are not the only one. Okay, so once you have your stack O statements, now you're going to categorize it.
This is gonna suck, man.
I know, it does suck. Remember, everything is hard before it is easy. And notice I said I had pages and pages. Not anymore. So I want you to just do your best here. Take breaks. This actually took me just about a week to completely finish. My coffee table had like 10 highlighters and those stacks of statements sitting on it. And a little side note, do not put that shit away. Leave it out where you can see it so that anytime you do have an extra 15 minutes to spare, you can sit down and do a little more. So of course you're going to have your regular monthly bills, grocery, household items, Amazon, childcare, medical, convenience stores, transportation, health, entertainment, taxes, debt, all kinds of stuff. You will probably have stuff that you don't even know what it is, and that's okay. Make yourself a nice little question mark category. Maybe you're going to run across something that was a one-time only purchase. That's okay too. Just go with that. Add a one-time only category. Do not get too hung up on every little detail because you will make yourself absolutely insane and you will not finish this. This is going to be a really rough draft of another upcoming rough draft. So just chill. And here are some tips to get moving. I want you to go through first and highlight all of your bills, your rent or mortgage, your utilities, your car payment, cell phone, childcare, debt payments, subscriptions, prescriptions, taxes, insurance, student loan payments. Whatever is a bill, I don't care what bill it is, put those all in one highlighter color. Then you're going to go back through again and you're going to highlight anything that has to do with food, grocery store, takeout, drive-thrus, coffees, DoorDash, Instacart, all food in another highlighter color. Next round, your transportation costs. This would be things like gas, tolls, parking, car repairs, oil changes. Next, all of your shopping, Amazon, home goods, Target, whatever. That's a whole other category. Now, maybe at this point, you might see a lot of pet care. If you have a pet, that's a good category. Maybe you go to a lot of beauty appointments. That can be another category. I want you to remember that this is going to be an absolute mess. And you know what a mess shows? That you're trying. So keep going. And everyone's lifestyle is different. So I'm not going to waste any time here discussing every potential possibility of what you may have in your statements. This is for you to decide what goes where, because in the end, all of this needs to make sense to you. I actually restarted my categories quite a few times because expenses would pop up in my month 2 statement, and I would think to myself, well, that would actually be better over here. And that's how I know to warn you about your one-time only purchases and those things you aren't even going to remember because I already did it. Now, at the end of all of the obvious stuff and the things that you do remember, you're going to have a bunch of stuff that's left. Now, with all that stuff, I want you to take a look at it, acknowledge it, and move on. Not every single card swipe needs a category. Some of your line items will never see the tip of that highlighter, and that's okay. Stick with the important stuff, your true spending. If you knew what it was and you highlighted it, then it's probably going to be important moving forward. Okay, and I don't want to forget this part, your deposits. Highlight all of your income with a green highlighter, because you're going to need that too later on, and you're actually going to be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And I'll explain that later. Just make sure that you also have your income totals for the last 3 months as well. Now, if you are someone whose income varies, I want you to look at your deposits for the last 6 months and write those totals down for each month. Okay, so now once you have all of this, you've got as much of your spending categorized that you could muddle through and give it a designated spot. You've got all of your deposits added up as well. Go ahead and add up all of your spending categories and write your totals down on another sheet of paper. And this is where we're going to stop today. We are not going to overwhelm the already overwhelmed. I already know exactly how you're going to feel when you get to that point. Once you have it all added up and you're looking at that number, and you're going to need a minute. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even remember where I got that info that I did, the getting the 3 months of bank statements and adding it all up and categorizing it. I really don't remember where I got that from. But I found it somewhere, and thank God I did. And guess what? You just found it too. But you also found someone who is going to keep going with you past that part. Because once you have it, it's like, so what, right? Okay, now I know I'm an overspender and my husband spends way too much at the convenience store and we eat out way too much. Yay, fun. Now what? Well, it's not fun, but it is step one to all of the rest. And remember my rule, no crying and no taking your stack of statements over to your partner and starting fights. We will deal with them later. It's all coming. Okay, you guys, go print your stacks and go find as many colors of highlighters as you possibly can because you're gonna need them. Oh wait, what if you don't have a printer? I'm gonna be honest and say that if you're gonna follow along and do this with me, you're going to need to get a printer because I'm gonna be giving you all kinds of things to print out. In the meantime though, for now, you can go to Staples or Office Depot or your library. Just make sure to email yourself everything that you need before you go there so that you can access it to print it. So that's it, you guys. That is step one. Print everything out and categorize it. I want you to thank Jen in the comments below. Not me, this Jen. Remember her? She started all of this, and I'm going to finish it. See you next week for our next step. And in the meantime, go ahead and watch this video where I talk about how confusing this whole process can be in the beginning and why, yes, you are in the right place finally.